and welcome to the SEO podcast, Unknown Secrets of Internet Marketing. My name is Chris Burris, owner of eWebStyle.
I'm Charles Lewis, your internet marketing specialist.
Welcome back to another fun-filled edition. We actually have a new website. We have a new layout for our podcast. We've got videos on them. We got audio on them. We've got content on it. There's three features.
You just said we got a new website.
New website.
Let's start right there.
Before we keep going, this is podcast number 230. SEO podcast. I'm just excited, man. We finally got the new website launched. So
man, it's been a long time coming. A lot of design back and forth. So those of you guys who may go visit it right now, we're still organizing podcasts and getting all this stuff, like 230 of them.
Yep.
And so we rather just go ahead and launch now, and then we'll clean that up later so you guys can see it. So check it out. Hit us up, man. Podcast at e-webstyle.com. Tell us what you think about it. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like.
Yep, absolutely. This is podcast number 230. As we mentioned, as always, there is a tip from our previous podcast, and that tip is use segmented remarketing lists to increase the conversions of your remarketing ads.
Yes, segmented remarketing lists, meaning in AdWords, when you create a remarketing list, you can create several different types of remarketing lists. And maybe you have an e-commerce site and you want to show remarketing ads to people who went to a certain section of your site. So, for example, if they went through your purchasing process and actually checked out, then maybe you show them ads for featured products or similar products.
Make them one segment. Yeah.
Definitely. Maybe they didn't go through. Maybe they added to the cart but never checked out.
Separate segment.
Separate segment, show them different ads. That's kind of how that works.
That makes sense. Maybe they were looking up Jordans.
And I haven't worn them yet.
You bought them and you haven't?
They just sitting there.
They look good, right?
No, they look awesome.
They look comfortable.
They look, well, I know they're comfortable because
I
have the same style, different color.
You don't think the color has anything to do with the comfort?
Not at all.
Okay, yeah. I'll buy that. All right. Remember, we are your friendly local neighborhood top position snatchers.
Yes.
Where our mantra is,
don't be a douche.
If you can, tweet now, and what you should tweet is this, hashtag SEO podcast.
This is number 230. Be sure to tag us in it at eWebStyle, at Best SEO Podcast. That way we can follow you back and link up and do all of our social networking stuff.
Normally we have 3 things you can do. Today it's 4. And the first one is go visit our website.
I know, right?
e-webstyle.com. Go check it out and hit us up, podcast at
e-webstyle.com.
Let us know what you think. The other things that you can do for us, if you like the podcast, if you get good content out of this podcast, if we annoy you, go ahead and write a review. We don't care. There are 3 places you could write a review, and one of those places has just 3 steps. Go on to iTunes, create an account, write a review. If you choose to send us an email, we already covered that, podcast at
e-webstyle.com.
Next, you can go to our G Plus account. Even though we launched our website just a week ago, we already have fixed our G Plus thing, so it's easy to find our G Plus local page, which is where you can add us to circles and all that stuff. And the way you get there is e-webstyle.com/G
plus
and
/G plus
and
/Google plus
and
/Google plus.
Finally, what do they do when they get there?
When you get there, do several things. Leave us a review first and foremost. A 5-star review. Let us know. 5 stars.
I like that.
Yeah. Leave us a 5-star review. Put us in a circle, and also give us a +1.
Excellent. Finally, on Facebook, you can find both a review section, and some people have just been leaving comments on our Facebook wall, our Facebook page. In fact, let's just cover all the ways you can haunt us. Facebook.com/eWebstyle. Twitter.com/eWebstyle. YouTube.com/eWebstyle. And finally, email podcast at.
And Instagram.
Instagram.com/eWebstyle. Instagram.
Yeah.
I will be typing that.
Add that to the list like last time.
Okay. Yeah, we got it this time. All right. We do have a referral program. You send an SEO customer to us. They pay their bill. We pay you.
Pretty simple.
Money. We got to come up with a punch in the face, kick in the shins, and
something
not cheddar, but something different. We'll make up something. Something will just fall in our lap eventually. So you can get paid. If you need a free website analysis, and who doesn't? We need to do one on our own.
I know, right?
Already, we just launched it, and we're like,
now we're going to do a webinar. I know.
We look at our website like, ooh, we got some things to fix. All you need to do is go to e-webstyle.com.
And on the home page, you've got 3 areas, right? In the middle area, we should have bought it up.
Yep.
In the middle area, you'll see free webinar. Click on that, and this is the kind of the beta test that I'll actually be doing on you guys. Because on the old website, it was in the sidebar, and it was automatic. You didn't have to click to get to it. from a design perspective, we want to try something different. So you click on it right in the middle of the site, and leave your name, your email, and your website, and submit it, and then we'll do a webinar for you.
We will do a webinar. We do have a bit of a backlog, as you can imagine. So if you're in a bit of a rush, go ahead and reach out to us. We got our phone number, and it actually works: 713-592-6724. Yeah, give us a call. Sometimes the top position snatchers actually answer the phone. All right, so I got a little bit of news. Facebook bought Oculus. Microsoft, $2 billion.
Yeah, it's a crazy amount of money.
Kind of cool. MS Word, Excel, and PowerPoint are on the iPad now. That's kind of cool. Amazon had to pay people because they got sued for price fixing. 73 cents per ebook if they apply.
So what do you think about that Fire TV that they're doing?
Yeah, that's right here on the end here.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, I don't know much about it. I just know, they were like, Amazon's going to set it on fire. Well, that's pretty good, actually. I like that. And so I don't know anything about it. I know that I've been in the market for, I've got some movies on my PC at home, and how do I play them? And I was trying to do it. Is it PS2 the solution? PS3?
PS4, really?
It's been a while since I've played some video games, gotta be honest. Did you finish, the last time, I think it's Homer Simpson, on The Simpsons, Bart Simpson, his dad is training to get to be a better boxer, and Bart, his dad literally goes and hires a kid to train him to be a better boxer on the video game, and Bart senses that he's about to lose for the first time ever to his father, and something happens. I don't know, the cat steps on his dad or something, he knocks him out, and Bart's like, and I retire undefeated, because he knew he was going to get his butt kicked.
It'd be like that. My kids beat me now.
Yeah. If we had the time to just sit there and play video games as much as they do.
That's why I stopped.
Right, because you got other things to do, right?
Man, I'm like, I could be on a real computer making real money.
Yeah, making real money, helping people grow their business, all that exciting stuff. So that's that, and you now understand how little video games I play. Let's see.
But the Amazon TV, though, the Fire TV, I think it's included voice search, so you can voice search for movies and things like that. I think I read it comes built in with the camera, so integration with video games and so
that's cool. What was do you know the price? It's $199.
Yeah,
or just
it's like the same price of a Kindle.
Yeah, wow, that's kind of cool. So Amazon, who would have thought that this fledgling company that was making no money and had no intents to actually make any profit for the foreseeable future, that was how Amazon started, is now actually delivering hardware. Right, their own. That's kind of cool. Yeah. That's kind of crazy.
Now, all right, if they get to their own software, that'll be the thing. Because I'm not sure what the TV runs on.
Well, so they are doing their own software. So, for instance, one of our clients, Becky Lee, she's the operation manager for one of our clients. Her nephew was working on the Amazon Kindle project.
Okay, to get it eventually away from Android.
Well, so it's still Android, but it's got a lot of customization in it. So they're doing software. I mean. They say that, I think, for every piece of hardware, there's $10 value of hardware, there's 10 times the value of software created. Right? Makes sense. You buy a lot more than one app, and you buy one computer. So, not just app, software. So that's all the news. Let's get into the reviews, because we've got quite a few reviews. I'm not sure we're going to get through them all. We'll just play it by ear. We hopefully don't offend anyone by reading reviews.
Somebody named Gino and the time limit.
Yeah. So Paul Hatton. This was reviewed last week. I haven't used them for SEO, but love the podcast. Once you get past the first 5 minutes of each podcast, that's what we're talking about right here. We're going to go a little long today, which is self-promotion, which they are entitled to do given the fact that the podcast is free. Or free.
No,
free. We got to work on our harmonizing.
Free. You hit the PF Chang's commercial?
No.
Okay.
There is some great content in there, up to date with tips and news that is actually relevant. When I have a budget to use SEO to use for SEO,
that
I will get
it's fresh, not free.
Hey, our podcast is fresh and free. So punch in the face to Mr. Paul Hatton. Thank you.
Punch in the face to you. Appreciate you tuning in, Paul. Man, look, you said you haven't used us for SEO yet. That kind of indicates that you're probably working on a site or you manage some sites. Send us your site. Let us do a webinar on it. We'll check it out.
Yeah, we'll get some dialogue going right away. Next, Breezy Hill Marketing is the reviewer, and they say, I have been listening to these guys via their podcast for over a year, and they are great.
Great.
That's Tony the Tiger Great. That's what I'm talking about. My wife and I started a marketing agency in Vermont a couple years ago. Using the great information from this podcast has allowed them to show up on the first page of Google for Vermont Marketing Company.
That's what's up.
That is what's good. Keep up the great work, Jeff Hill. Punch in the face. It's a breezy punch.
Yeah.
Right. I missed, and there's a breeze. Look at that. Breezy Hill punch.
That's what's up.
Thank you.
What's your web address? Send us the website.
BreezyHillMarketing.com.
We should search Vermont Marketing Company.
And see where they're located. See if you see a Jeff Hill. Okay, finally, we've got a 1-star. This is from 3 months ago. Very childish, very silly, childish noises. It's really a shame, as this could be a very good podcast if they would only just grow up and act like adults. They are very childish in their broadcast, and most times a lot of rubbish and constantly making childish noises and laughing at things that are not even funny. So punch in the face to you. Oh, I love that irony.
Yeah.
I love that. He just punched us in the face. Dude, that's cool. Thank you. Thank you for the review, and thank you for punching us in the face. And I really got to finish, I got to follow up that one with this one. This is from Luchito from Mexico.
What was that guy's name?
His name was Dean 2014.
Dean 2014?
Yeah. Kicking the shins.
Yeah. Womp, womp, womp. Another childish noise.
Yeah. Survey says. All right. And here we go. Luchito from Mexico. I thought you came off as arrogant know-it-alls the first time I heard your podcast. Then I realized you really do know it all about internet and SEO marketing. That's awesome. Punch in the face right there. I should just finish right there, right? Yeah. I've come to love your jokes, the way you harmonize. If something is missing a little, it's more singing. And deliver the meat and potatoes of SEO. I'm hooked forever.
Man, that's what's up.
And the soul has arrived. We're celebrating. We've
that's the new site.
We launched a new website. We got some new clients who have committed this week, so it's kind of exciting. Nicholas is out there popping a cap.
Popping bottles.
That's probably not the right phrase. Popping a cap.
Yeah, that's in my hood that means something different.
Yeah, it's not. In my hood, no one says it. They just pretend to know what they mean when they say it. Yeah, I'm gonna pop a cap.
And then it ends up meaning the wrong thing.
Open a bottle of beer. Yeah. It's weird because they say it sometimes and people run.
That's
all
crazy.
Right, here we go. And then finally, Jeremiah. This one is 5 stars. Punch in the face. Hey guys, wanted to give you a shout out to the best SEO podcast out there and the best motto ever. Don't be a douche.
Yeah.
The sound is much better than it used to be, so thanks for the upgrade. Keep up the awesome work. This is Jeremy listening from Israel.
Man, Jeremy, that's what's up, dude. Appreciate you tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. Punch in the face to you.
Beer. All right, guys, so that is the potatoes of the podcast. Time to get into the meat. Oh, and did I mention? We launched our website! Yeah!
eWebsite.com. Check that out. So I was, where was I at? On Marketing Land, actually. I was on Marketing Land. I want to give a punch in the face to Rebecca. I almost said that wrong. Dido.
Okay. Gee, I wonder what you...
Yeah.
You're like, hey, there's no L in there.
Yeah, exactly. So punch in the face to Rebecca, man. She posted an article, 7 common pitfalls of Google Display Network Marketing Campaign. And this article really piqued my interest because I spent a lot of time in AdWords, a lot of time doing remarketing and display. And so I really wanted to see if I had some of these 7 common pitfalls.
Right.
And so I'll just present them to you guys. The first one she says is unnecessary pausing of keywords. Unnecessary pausing of keywords. And you begin to think, why do people pause keywords? And it's normally because they feel like those keywords aren't working. Maybe they're not generating the right type of return. In this case, she says, if you notice a high surge in spend, because that's usually due to keywords being clicked on, always go to your placements tab and evaluate the domains that your ads have been showing on. One keyword may have triggered an irrelevant new place, or one keyword may have triggered an irrelevant or new placement, but this doesn't mean that the keyword needs to be paused. And she's exactly correct right here. What happens is when you're running placements or you're doing display ads, keywords can begin to show up on different sites if you're doing placements, and sometimes that placement may be from a site that's that's irrelevant or really not necessary or what's the word I'm looking for? That's not necessary for the traffic and conversions you're trying to get. Okay, and so you'll end up getting tons of clicks on that word on that specific placement, which drives up your spend because you're paying for those clicks, and they're not irrelevant. But that doesn't mean that it's a bad word. That just means it's in the wrong place. And so check your placements, and maybe you just exclude that place, add that place to a negative, block that place off. But keep the word active, because if you check the conversions for that specific word, it may be actually generating value.
It may be the fact that it's really focused on like the keyword is real. So what you're saying is the keyword could be really, really good, and there's just a couple sites where traffic from there is not good.
It's not good at all.
Yeah.
Exactly. So check where the placement is. Number 2, she says not adjusting keyword level custom bids. So this goes back to the keyword level, right? Sometimes you can bid on just the group. You can set a campaign level bid. You can set an ad group level bid, or you may want to bid at the keyword level. And a lot of times people don't take the time to adjust their bids at the keyword level. What does that mean, Chuck? That means that some keywords may just be converting higher and outperforming other keywords in the same ad group. And so if that's the case, why not top bid on that higher performing keyword? Sometimes we don't do that. You should. Go back in, check your keywords out. Hopefully you have conversion tracking set up and things like that, so you can see which keywords are being searched, which ones are working, which ones are actually turning in the leads and generating business for your business. And then once you determine that, then increase your bids on that specific key phrase. I'll take it a step further and say, take that same phrase and optimize your site for it. You're gonna create a page, spin off some content, do a whole social campaign and everything about that specific phrase. Number 3, not making use of bid adjustments. So kind of similar to what we were saying, but let's talk about mobile for a second. That's the key I want to put here. Matter of fact, I wrote down mobile bid adjustments based on a conversion. Because sometimes when you begin looking at your analytics and you're seeing where your traffic is coming from, you know, you got, let's say you had 100 visits that month and 20 conversions. That would be kind of awesome, right? 20% conversions from your visits. But out of those 20 conversions, let's say 10 came from a desktop, 8 came from a tablet, and 2 came from a mobile device.
Right.
Then you should want to go in and increase your bid based on where you're getting most of your conversions from.
Right.
If people are converting higher and faster on the tablet, then increase your bids so your ads show in a higher position and show more often when people search from a tablet.
By the way, you mentioned 20%, right? Remember, one of our websites, this is one of our things we're incredibly proud of here at eWebStyle. We have 30% of the people, actually I think it's 33% of the people who are visiting a particular website, going through a 44 question questionnaire.
Process. Yeah, the whole process
30%.
is 40 plus questions depending on your issue. And over 30% of them are actually going through this whole process.
Go check that out. It's actually docresponse.com. So go ahead and check that out.
Yeah, so adjust your bids based on where your conversion traffic is coming from. If it's higher desktop, mobile, tablet, wherever it's coming from, adjust your bids accordingly. Number 4, then we're talking about pitfalls to display marketing. Having a static strategy and structure. What does she mean by that? She means basically using the same thing across the board, something static. You can't do that, especially with how dynamic the web is now. How we just talked about 3 different monitors, right? Desktop monitor, tablet monitor, phone monitor, and you really could include, TV monitors because ads show there as well.
Because Amazon Fire just came out.
Exactly. And Apple TV's been out,
Yeah.
and Google will likely have a new device for us soon. And so, you have to adjust your ad accordingly. And so, for example, experiment with like the multipliers based on the location or the device or the time of day or age. Chuck, what does that mean?
What does that mean?
That means that people come to your site at different times of the day, right? And maybe, thank you Google Analytics for giving us this data, but maybe conversions, you get more conversions after 5 p.m. than you get before 12 noon.
Yep.
If that's the case, increase your budget. Increase your
bid budget.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's what I was going for.
That's a new budget. You gotta focus on your budget.
Your bid and your budget. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that
Yeah.
one. We'll turn it into something. But increase your bid during the times where your conversions are higher.
Yep.
And so that's what she means by that. Or maybe it's location. Maybe you have a brick and mortar business and you would like foot traffic as well. So, but you can service people across the nation. Well, people who are searching and they're, I don't know, in your city or close to your location, increase your bid for those type of searches. That way you can use online traffic to drive offline foot traffic. Or maybe it's the age. Maybe if you notice a lot of the people who come to you are between the ages of 18 and 35. Well, if those type of people are searching, increase your bid amount because those are the people you really want to target. Number 5, utilizing, and she says this is a pitfall. And this is one I fell in right here. She says only utilizing image ads. And so I think you have to weigh it, right? I think if you're just doing full display, then you definitely should use image ads and text ads because you have a lot more variety and a lot more placement options when you use text ads. I just hate text ads from people in Google's content network.
Yeah.
They look like ads and I don't feel like being added to.
Yeah. Don't add me.
Don't add me, yeah, exactly. But from a remarketing perspective is when I usually spend most of our time in display network. I only use image ads. They just seem to be more effective.
Well, so in that case, and there's consistent logic here, it's branding.
It's
right?
all branding.
The fact that you saw it earlier is what draws you to it. So you've got to have that visual appeal. They're not going to read just the text message, or they're not likely to read the text message. The value of remarketing
is the branding.
Is that hey, I saw that already. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, let me go back and purchase it. That kind of thing.
I mean, and I said this on podcast 228. You know, run this test. Go to Zappos. Search for a specific shoe, any shoe you want.
Maybe a Jordan.
Maybe a Jordan. Well, I think I only saw women's shoes there. But go to Zappos, find any shoe you want, and then leave Zappos and go to Facebook immediately. Like, open up a tab and immediately go to Facebook. The first ad you will see as you begin scrolling will be a Zappos ad. 90% of the time for the exact shoe you were looking for.
Yeah.
And so back to what our tip we discussed,
Yeah.
that put me on the segmented list, and that's why I saw that specific ad.
Yeah.
More importantly, it was the fact of that visual. We're talking about image ads.
Yep.
It was the fact that visual
caught my attention.
Yeah. I was like, man, that's the same exact shoe. And so if that would have been a text ad, I wouldn't have read it because I don't like being added, right? and I wouldn't have clicked. But the fact that it was a visual ad almost made me click it.
You almost have no option, right? You look at it because it looks familiar. Your mind is drawn to things that are familiar. It's kind of like the classic. You find this you walk onto you're buying a new car and you don't see many of the particular car you're after, but you buy that car
and as soon as you leave the lot,
they're everywhere.
Yeah, you're like, man,
did they just sell all these? No one had this moments ago. So
yeah, exactly. Number 6, not testing ads, and this is key. Like, you can't just create an ad, throw it out there, and go fishing and see who you catch. No, you got to change the book. Maybe go from a lure to a worm. You have to change the bait. I said book. Yep. But when you're testing ads, test them. But test them in more than just text versus image ads. You may want to text. Let's say you're using a horizontal Google banner ad, right? Maybe you have your CTA on the left side of that ad and your logo on the right side. Switch those up. Maybe change your verbiage from free to no cost, right? Change up your ads and then test them, and then test them again. And then give some time to go by. That's the key with testing. You have to get enough data.
Yeah.
You won't be able to do it in one day unless you're getting, thousands of visits in one day.
Yeah.
Then that's probably enough data to make a decision. But let it run for a good week or two, and then look at those ads and see which one converted the best, and then make adjustments.
The cool thing is the display network. What we were talking about is testing.
Yeah.
The fact that, hey, this particular website doesn't work for you, so turn it off. That's testing. You're opening up to the whole thing and you're monitoring it. By the way, it's only testing if you monitor it.
Yeah, if you're just not
if
looking
you just
at
throw it out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's called throwing money against the wall and seeing if it sticks.
Yeah, and money doesn't come with like double-sided tape.
Sticky tape.
Yeah.
Yes.
Number 7, expecting the same results from a search campaign. This is so true because unfortunately, display can get costly if done wrong. and you'll get a lot of clicks, but you won't get the same results as somebody who just went to Google and just searched.
Yep.
Because people go to Google and just search, you know, to understand that they're looking for something. They're already in a position to likely convert because they're looking for
Right.
it. Meanwhile, when you're doing a display ad or a remarketing ad, these are people who aren't searching.
Right.
They
in
are
the
just
education
browsing the
process,
web. They're
probably.
looking. They're just doing something else, and then they see an ad, and so you won't get the same results. But the one thing I added that I kind of disagree with her on is the fact that although you may not get the same results from a display to click as in a Google search result, after the click you have a higher likelihood of getting that conversion because it's likely a remarketing ad and they've already been on your site before.
If it's remarketing.
If
for
it's
sure.
remarketing, they've already been on your site.
Yeah.
And so now they saw the ad and they clicked. You have a higher likelihood of them completing their checkout or downloading your, mixtape or subscribing to your newsletter or liking you on Facebook or whatever your action is, picking up the phone and calling you because it was a remarketing
Yep.
ad. So that was it. So a pretty
Marketing
good
round
article.
2.
Yeah.
Opportunity round 2.
So punch in the face to Rebecca. Great article. 7 common pitfalls of Google
I
Display
like her glasses.
Network campaign. Yeah.
Shout out, yeah.
Glass
Kindred spirits. Super nerds.
So I'll post that on Facebook. We'll tweet it out, and you guys hit us up. Tell us what you think.
Cool. We have any what?
No, I don't have no what today.
No what?
No what.
All right. Next time we'll have to work on it.
Well, I got a little bit of what.
Okay.
What? Man, a new website's launched.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. What? It's launched finally. How long did it take? We're not going to talk
Yeah, it
about
don't
that.
matter.
We are not going to talk about that. That is a cobbler shoe issue. The cobbler always has crappy shoes because he's working on other people's shoes. That's what we were doing. At least
Yeah.
that's the excuse we're making. We're cleaning house here. And what we did first to clean house was to launch our new website.
Yeah.
So the app should be following soon.
App is coming soon. Soon.
Soon. Yeah. All right. So we're convincing ourselves as much as you. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been podcast
It's sooner than
number-
you think, though.
Yeah.
It's sooner than you think.
It's ready. I mean, it's
like
close
I can
to
show
ready.
you guys.
So,
You
by
got
the
a
way,
question on there?
Bench app. He asked us why our Google tracking is at the bottom of our website.
Why is your Google tracking at the bottom of the body?
And I thought it's such a great question that if you check it now, it's already been
Now,
updated.
why you out of my code, dude?
It's already updated. It's already updated. I had Nick updated already while we were in the podcast.
Well, because answer the question, as long as it's in the following body tag, you don't want to put it in the footer tag. You don't want it in your header tag. You want it somewhere in the body tag. Google recommends right after the opening body tag, but everybody recommends right after the body tag, whether it's analytics tracking, whether it's conversion tracking, whether it's the
whatever code
Facebook
is.
tracking,
Yeah.
where they all say put it right after the opening body tag. So
Yeah.
we just make sure it was in the body. But check this out. And if you have to watch this to see this, that's my. You see that? Go to the left. That's our app. So it's there. We have it. We're just doing some testing, fixing some things out,
Tweaking it,
and so it'll be
finalizing
available
it.
soon.
Yeah, cool. Thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate you. If you
Yes.
could do one of the things that we asked in the first of our part of our podcast, write a review, connect with us somehow. Thank you guys. You're the ones who make us the most popular internet marketing podcast on the iTunes and on the interwebs
planet.
and in the known planet.
And adjust your widgets.
Yeah, Bidget. We're talking straight up Bidget. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until the next podcast, my name is Chris Burris.
Charles Lewis.
Bye-bye for now.
Yeah, I'm using widget.
I like it.